Wait, what?
Remember the video game Joust? Where
Yeah, I love that.
There you go.
That's
Yeah,
you're
that
on
was-
pigeons though, or something.
Yeah, you're like on a pigeon. You're on an ostrich.
An ostrich.
Yeah. You know, when you joust on an ostrich.
That's what I first think of. I thought that was a genius game. What was your favorite video? First of all, we're Beer and Gear from Music Villa. Joe, that's Lancelot. I'm Samuel L. Smith Johnson. And
It's hyphatted.
Brody.
It's Brody, I'm Hatch.
Someone called the other day. His name was Brody. I was like, oh shit. But I'm Brody. This is Hatch. We just came from a good surf this morning, and pumping Jack Johnson on the way over, and yeah, man, just doing our thing. And so, what were we going to talk about? I was going to talk about. Oh, we're going to talk. So, Beer and Gear, Music Villa. We're going to have a guest come in and bring some drinks. But first, well, actually, let's wait for the guest to come because I want to know everyone's favorite '80s arcade game.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anyway, I hope our guest comes soon.
Me too. I need
because
beer. Dry,
and we're real
parched.
excited for this guest. He's really huge in the band, the music scene here in Bozeman.
Yep.
And he's a real swell chap. He's a friend of the stores. He teaches here life lessons.
Yeah.
He just has a little kiosk in the waiting room of the lesson rooms, and just likes
just
to
life
talk.
lessons. He has a little desk.
He'll help kids with math problems, and it's cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
So he's a good guy, and hopefully he comes soon and brings us a lot of beer so we can drink and talk. And so,
yes.
Who is it?
My dudes!
Hey, all right. Luke,
Hi.
Luke, everybody.
Woo!
Hello, hi.
Look at that.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, that's always welcome.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Gallatin Pale Ale, people.
Pale Ale.
From lovely Bozeman Brewing. We had Billy on the show.
Yes, it's true.
Billy from Bozeman Brewing was here, and he brews this stuff. So we're celebrating
Dustin
all
needs
the
a beer.
time. Dustin needs a beer. Here, take one of these. Oh yeah. That's like that was speaking of college days. Oh my God. All right. So this is Luke Flansburg.
That's me. Hi.
He's our guest today, and he brought us beer.
Yes.
End of the show. Thanks,
Thanks, everybody. We're gonna take
Yep.
So we were just chatting. I first want to open this up. So we're gonna ask you a bunch of questions.
Okay.
We're gonna dim the lights. We're gonna get real. We're gonna get personal, and clothing will be lost. We're gonna shave each other's backs. But
Wait.
nope. But
Plays
first, well, hold on.
Oh, video game.
I want to talk about. We were gonna say. So we were just talking about 80s video games, the arcade. Going into the arcade.
Does it have to be the
What
arcade?
do you like? Yes.
Yeah, it does have to be-
no.
It does have to be the
Maybe
arcade.
maybe we'll talk about a
Not
home game
Not
too.
Nintendo at home.
Maybe we'll talk about a home game.
Okay,
Hey, don't forget Sega. Okay,
Paperboy was pretty legendary.
that was awesome.
That was legendary. Then
This might be a long one, 'cause
Yeah.
there's a lot
Well,
of good
then
ones. Paperboy.
what's-
Paperboy on arcade?
Yeah, that was huge. I
pretty
remember that was like a
legendary.
big rage.
It's playing on Nintendo.
The football game where you like the
Tecmo Bowl?
the violent football
was
game where
huge
you
on
like
Nintendo.
beat each other up and like the blood would fly in and stuff like that.
Oh.
What was it?
Oh gosh, I know what
Do you
you're
know what
talking
I'm
about.
talking about,
Yeah, that sounds familiar. I will never
Pigskin,
remember that.
Something with
Yes,
pigskin.
yeah, there it is. Yeah, there it is. Pigskin something. But yeah, that was
I'm
pretty
old
fun.
school. We rock a
Are we-
Tempest. Tempest. Go roller skating. Take a break. Do
Really?
some Tempest.
Pong or whatever. What was the one with just the little square ball?
That's at home. Well, Pong, I think started in the arcade, but
Yeah.
remember. Okay, how about oh God, there's so many good ones. I love when I used to skateboard and when 720 came out. That was huge.
Remember that
Got
one?
lost in that. It just
Yeah.
felt like I was in the
720.
game.
Well, for
was
Nintendo
awesome.
geeks like me, it was Skate or Die and Skate or Die 2,
Skate or Die 2,
Right.
which
sweet,
was the
yeah.
legendary one.
Yeah.
And that's why I have friends do that. I didn't have my own games.
Sorry.
Well, it was a little. Yeah, we got into Commodore 64. We were playing Bruce Lee.
Dude, you had
And,
Commodore 64 as
Oh
well?
yeah, we had Bruce Lee,
Awesome.
Beachhead,
That's
freaking
amazing.
classic. There was one Mission Impossible, like killed him, my robots. Stay a while, stay forever. So those are classics. But anyway, and then there was the comeback of games and all that, and I kind of. I mean, Punch-Out was huge back in the day, and then Tyson was actually fighting.
Yeah.
And Punch-Out, I remember going to my friends doing that. Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I'm old.
Well,
God
what
damn it.
did Joe didn't chime in? He didn't. Really...
Oh, I liked Galaga a lot.
Okay.
The arcade, and then I liked.
You like dressing up the princesses on Disney.
And I liked.
That wasn't there.
And I liked Spy Hunter, the one where you got inside the car
Yeah,
at the arcade game.
That was
fun.
Oh, you know what was huge?
What?
I was like, I'm gonna own this game in my own home someday. Akari Warriors.
Oh yeah.
That was
Akari
because you
Warriors
could
was
get in
rad.
and out of the
Yeah.
tanks.
I like
and
that.
I
Yeah.
love
I
that
used to
game.
rock that game.
I was
I
like,
liked Golden Axe.
I'm like,
too. I
I'm
liked the
gonna
little
have
Golden
that.
Axe.
Golden Axe was cool.
Yeah.
that was big.
Yeah.
Altered Beast was pretty sweet too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Original Street Fighter 2 on
Remember
like the
Karate
console.
Champ?
Sweet.
Like win. Everyone talks about Mission Impossible and that
Karate
Street Fighter,
Karate
but
Champ.
Karate Champ
Yeah.
was fucking sweet. That was awesome. We have Luke here today, people. And
Thank you. Yeah, one.
we're here wasting a bunch of time, but really we need to talk about music. I'd hate to waste so much time and talent talking about arcade games when we should be asking him and picking his brain about his
Contributes some
music.
bands like Deep Purple, I want to say, or it's like the Moody Blues.
Could be.
Or
Classics?
There's a
or is
color
it,
in there. There's a color in there.
There's a color.
There's a color.
The band Pink, the singer Pink.
She's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Really
With
loved
the upside down.
really loved her in Stars Born.
What is it? It's
Yeah, that was her. All right. Yeah, she's the talented one.
She's good. Yeah, great piano player. Well, you're in it. So you're the most known band I think that people know you from is
A band called Pinky and the Floyd. It's a Pink Floyd tribute act based out of Bozeman, Montana.
and they were a grunge band. They
They're
were
a
big.
total
They started the
grunge
'90s
band,
movement.
yeah.
They were on all over that soundtrack of singles, and they were. I saw them at Lollapalooza.
lots of like
I
ripped
saw them at
jeans,
Lollapalooza. They opened up for Jane's
flannels.
Addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's what I wanted.
Lots of like that kind of singing.
Yeah, very kind of Jane's Addiction-y.
Jane's
Pearl. If you put
Addiction.
Jane's Addiction, Pearl Jam,
With a little bit
and
of like
Incubus.
yeah, Incubus. And, I don't know why I said that either. And a dash of like Judy Collins.
And who's the one with
Hey
the?
now.
Yeah.
Oh
Hey now.
yeah.
Hey now, that's
And who's
that.
the one with the? What's going on?
That's Four Non-Blondes.
Very Four Non-Blonde. I'm in a Four Non-Blonde cover band. Where basically we just do that song
You just
over and over.
dude, what's going on for like 2 hours?
Yeah. And then second set we'll do that one where it's like.
Are you gonna be Crash Test Dummies?
Yeah, we're just gonna do that song.
Yeah, I heard that song the other day, Crash Test Dummies.
Yeah.
Oh, it's called.
It's called mm-hmm.
Yeah,
My
that
favorite
was
thing-
huge.
my
My
favorite
cousin
thing-
loved that.
When I was growing up and like driving to school, because that song was popular, and you hear in the
Pumps
radio,
you up.
hearing the radio DJ, here's the new one from Crash Test Dummies. Mm-hmm.
Like, what's wrong with the DJ?
What's wrong?
the freaking dumbest song.
Hey,
God.
looking back, I thought they were kind of cool.
I watched.
Yeah.
I heard it again. I went back and watched the video like a month ago, and there's like it's 2 verses.
This is what happens when you get
He
older. You
doesn't
run
fucking
out of
talk
things.
about
So you gotta do
anything.
No.
It's like
it
there
was
was
catchy.
a boy, and then there was this girl, and
Yeah.
then nothing happened.
Got into an accident
They
and
got-
couldn't go to school.
And that's how you make a hit record, kids.
Yeah.
Yes, that's how you do it.
Yeah. Basically,
And
dumb it
that's how
down.
you
the
get a
hook.
gig at a
Yeah.
some state
Jazz
fair
musicians
somewhere.
aren't making the big money.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
You're old. Yeah.
So, okay.
Hope
All
they're
right,
retired
let me get
off
this out of my... Ugh. Okay, so Pinky and the Floyd.
Pinky
It's
and the Floyd.
Pink Floyd cover band in town here that's really popular. You guys do... Dustin's in it. Our
Yes.
camera guy.
Our camera guy's in it.
Yep.
He's my right
They've been
hand
going
man.
for a
with
long
you.
time too.
And you guys are doing a lot. And you guys will do big productions. You'll go,
Yeah,
like,
we
you'll
do.
have
Yeah.
kids and choirs.
Kids and choirs.
You'll put them in a meat grinder.
They just can't have
They
any pudding.
sacrifice
That's,
themselves.
They just can't have any pudding.
No pudding for the
pudding,
kids.
No pudding
yeah.
for the kids.
You promise it, and they come. And
Well, it's really funny.
no
Actually,
pudding on
I
your
was
rider?
Yeah, no pudding in the rider. Actually, I was
Lots
working,
of meat, though.
working at Rialto the other night, and I ran
Snuck
into
pudding
one
into
of
the
the
show.
kids who was in one of the choirs like all these years ago, and he's like, "Yeah, man, that was
Nice.
so
He was over at the
Cool.
gas station smoking
cigarettes,
looking for a job.
just having a good time. Really enjoy singing with you, Johnny.
I was going to be a general surgeon, a heart surgeon, but after that.
No, yeah, but we do these large productions. We
big
play.
lights.
Yeah, we do the big lights. We do the albums. We've done The Wall 3 or 4 times. We've done Dark Side of the Moon. We take it all over the state and the Northwest area. Sometimes other tribute acts can be quite territorial, like little terriers, and they don't want you. They don't want you to come into their area.
Really?
That Rod Stewart
You
guy
know,
is a Motherfucker.
You know,
that's a
so
thing, huh?
that is a thing. So we stick to our area.
is weird.
We might branch out. We've always talked about doing a Vegas run. That I think that would be just
That'd be
amazing.
That'd be awesome.
Always
should do that.
have the dream of doing a recreation of Live at Pompeii down in Yellowstone in front of some of the geysers and
Whoa,
stuff.
that'd be crazy.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That'd be pretty legendary.
That'd be
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Film that.
It's
Film
pretty
that.
fun.
Put it on YouTube. YouTube generation.
We've been
That'd be
doing,
huge.
We've been doing this for over 10 years. At least Dustin and I and Joe Kirshner have been doing it for over 10
Long
years.
time, yeah.
Yep,
It all
and,
started in your garage with a jaw harp and some spoons.
No, it all started.
Bones, they call it.
Started with the Doors Legacy Band. They needed an opener for them at the Zebra, and so we went in. They're like, all right, we'll do Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd opening up for the Doors would be pretty sweet.
That it? Yeah,
And
that'd be something.
we were called the Pinkroids.
I was there. I saw that.
I think there's
I like
video.
that name.
I think there's video of it surfacing around there somewhere. But we were the Pinkroids at the time, and people
Sean, I like
people
that, yeah.
lost it, man. They really dug it, and we just looked at each other and we're like, we should probably do this again.
Yeah.
And here we are,
refined
2019.
it and get it going.
10,
Yeah. When
11,
was that
12 years.
again?
That was what, 2007, 8,
Oh,
2008.
yeah. So you guys been doing it up.
So
Cool.
Yeah.
Well,
It's been a minute.
that's exciting. So what other? You're in a bunch of other. Stuff.
I think
You
I
do a bunch of
I
stuff.
counted 6 on the way here this morning.
Oh my God.
Nice.
Another one. I'm actually in a band
Where
with
do you have the
Joe.
time?
I
Two
don't.
bands.
I'm in 2 bands with Joe.
That's the
I'm in
rash.
another tribute act that actually kind of started the same way we.
Kind of same way as
the
Pinky, yeah.
same way as Pinky. We actually it was just kind of a weird phenomenon where we're like, we want to play some Grateful Dead songs, and it's winter time, so let's go play some Grateful Dead
Another
songs.
grunge band.
So another grunge
Yeah.
band. So Joe and I are in a band called Dead Sky, and we do some Grateful Dead tunes with some really legendary musicians in town, and it's a lot of fun.
pretty
And
fun.
well,
I'm not in that.
It turned well,
Not a
no.
legendary musician.
But Blaze did help us out with a
Oh,
Dead
yeah.
Night,
Yep.
2 Dead Nights.
Yep. That's
Actually, Blaze played with us on 2 Dead Nights with another band I'm in called Moth, which stands for
Right.
Men of the Hofbrau, which is
I never knew
Best
that.
bar in the world.
I never knew
Yeah.
that.
Yes,
And
it's
another
a-
I never knew it meant that.
really.
I just
What?
thought it was a moth.
No,
What?
no,
No, you
Men,
didn't.
Men of the
I
Hofbrau.
never knew that.
Or my other toe hair.
No one tells me anything.
My other toe
None of the
hair.
Hofbrau.
Yeah.
No, I just thought, okay, moth. That's cool. It's like birds. Moth, beetles.
No, there's
Um,
meaning.
okay,
But anyway, we
that's
did
extra cool.
Yeah, we did a
Okay.
jam band. That's a jam band, electro jam bandy thing. Very similar to
Good-
like
good players.
Humphreys and stuff. It's a lot of fun.
Original songs.
Original songs. Speaking of original songs,
Nice.
I'm in another band with Joe called the Kelly Nicholson Band. And
Joe
our,
is Kelly Nicholson.
our friend Kelly Nicholson writes
Finally come to
amazing
terms.
songs. She's from Georgia, so she has this swampy, Susan Tedeschi, bluesy R&B sound, and she writes fantastic songs. So that's kind of up and coming.
She's cool.
No,
What else do we got? Old school Bigsby Jones is coming back.
Yeah,
That's with
there's another one,
another employee upstairs. His name is Tyler
Ah,
Howgum.
What's going on with
That
that?
goes
So
back.
this band came. I moved away, came back, and you guys were playing.
Yeah,
and,
I played-
and then you haven't. But now you're coming back again.
Yeah, we're coming
years
back. We just
after years.
it's kind of like poker night for old dudes. And we get in and we play. we sit around, play music, and drink beers instead of losing each other's money. So
Yeah.
but it's fun.
That's cool.
It's coming back, and I really enjoy it. We there's 3 songwriters in the band, so it's all original music. Kind of has this indie rock kind of
Cool band. Yeah.
I don't know, grungy rock and roll. It's really cool. I really dig it.
It's gonna be fun for me to see that show.
As I've gotten older, like back in the day, I was like really young and like, I want to play a guitar. I just want to do this, this, and this, and this. Now I'm coming back and like, that's freaking cool, man. I really dig it. Then the last band
Are you playing bass or guitar?
I play bass in that
Okay,
one.
yeah, because you play.
And I
bass.
play bass in the
so
Kelly
the Kelly
Nicholson
band,
band.
yeah.
And then let's see,
Tsunami.
Tsunami Funk. I can't forget
Oh,
about
yeah.
Tsunami Funk
Oh
with
my
my
God, you're
friend
in a
Eddie
bunch of
T.
bands. Jesus.
And that's kind of your funk wedding cover band. Play out at Chico, play at some weddings, play around a couple bars like the Legion and the Eagles, and
Dance band.
dance band. It's fun. Really,
Good.
really pretty safe, pretty fun.
Good players.
I mean, pretty
Nice, safe
much,
environment.
Yeah, pretty much the same songs in the last 6 years, in the same order.
Ooh.
Oh.
They're technical over there. They're technical. They're probably
No, we're
reading.
getting- we're
they're
getting
probably
more.
reading sheets and
We're
stuff.
getting more in there.
Okay.
I love it. So, I
let's
think
get
that's
into
all. Of
your-
it. Oh, then I do solo acoustic
solo
stuff.
acoustic
Solo
stuff, yeah.
acoustic stuff at
Intimate.
breweries and opera
Intimate.
gigs in Big Sky and whatnot. So
Cool.
Ba-dum, ba-dum,
And
ba-dum.
we're gonna look at your pedal board, but you're from Chicago.
No, I'm from Iowa.
Iowa.
Same damn thing. Midwest.
So yeah, we didn't really have much of a sports team to hang on to except for the Iowa Hawkeyes because I grew up in Iowa Cities, which was.
Oh, I didn't know you were in Iowa City. That's
Iowa
sad.
Cities. That's your Big Ten school.
I'm glad you got out.
Actually, they're playing right now. Speaking of March Madness, they are playing right now. I don't know who they're playing at the moment. I think.
That's exciting. It's finally kicking in.
Yeah, it is. It's really.
Oh, that's cool.
in.
Why did I? Okay, I'm sorry. I thought. Okay,
No,
so
it's
Iowa
okay.
City. I've driven through that many times.
Yeah, it's cool. It's right off I-80, but then
I avoid 90 and I go to 80.
Our first cable
Go back
channel
east.
that we got that wasn't Rabbit Ears was WGN. So Harry Carey all summer long. My dad was a big Cubs fan.
Oh yeah,
we got to
Cubs
argue.
fan,
Got
people.
to argue who got to be Ryan Sandberg and Jody
That's-
Davis and
That's
Mark
wonderful
Grace.
stuff.
Sean Dunston. Yeah, totally. No, we argued who got to be Sean Dunston too because that was huge. Big Bears fan. Cubs, Bulls, Bears, Blackhawks.
Yeah,
Bears, yeah.
It's fun. It's fun. You know, as an
Chicago
older
sports is
older
awesome.
gent.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
When you're older, you're like, I want to watch more. I watch more sports now than I ever because
Right.
I'm just like, well, I can sit and chill and watch a beer.
Yo.
Honey, don't put me watching the game. Take the kids outside. This is my time.
Wow.
It's our time down here. It's our time.
Our time. Damn it. So anyway,
Yeah.
Let's
thanks for
see what's
listening.
under here. Is there more beer under here? I hope.
Oh God, I hope so.
Oh my God.
Pedal board review.
Hi. Hi. So this is my pinky
One of these
pedal
days,
board.
I keep thinking just a naked woman's going to be under there.
Yeah.
It never happens.
Or just a picture of one.
Yeah.
Let's
I'll
settle
take
for
that.
that at this point.
Just making everybody go.
Yeah, or like an iPad with Pornhub on it. Or something. Just playing loosely.
What is that? Never mind.
I read about it on Wikipedia.
Got
I don't know. This looks lovely.
Yeah, this is my pinky pedal board. I have a couple of them for other bands. I use this from time to time in like Tsunami. I was thinking about using it for the Dead band, but like I'd have to take off the fuzz because Jerry or Bobby don't use
Not
fuzz.
much fuzz in
Not
the
much fuzz. But I could just like crank that up and get away with it.
Oh,
But
so
Maybe
you throw
early
this
bid.
on the other board then. You
68
throw this
bid.
onto the moth board.
yeah, I thought about
For
that. I've thought
Or
about
do you have
that.
two of these?
I would love to get two of these, but they're expensive.
So you've been
That's
throwing
fine.
this onto the other board.
No,
for dead.
actually, no. This it don't move like this.
I thought this was on your board at
Nope.
practice.
Nope.
This was
There we
not.
go.
Nope. No.
Mobius was not on there.
It is not.
On the dead board.
No.
Oh. Huh.
No. Sorry.
I thought it was.
Save this for your own time. guys.
No, you're confused. Excuse me. I do have the Strymon, but it's the blue sky. It's the reverb.
That's right.
That's right. That's the only Strymon I have on that one.
Blue.
That's right.
Blue. The blue
Blue,
color blue. It
yeah.
does it every
Yeah.
time.
It does it.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers. Hey,
Blue-
hey,
Blue Bombers,
Blew
Blue
my
Bombers.
mind. Blew my mind.
Or-
So this is the pinky board.
This is the Binky board. It's kind of set up for quick, easy Gilmour. I tend to play the Gilmour leads and sing a lot of the Roger Waters parts. Dustin, our cameraman, sings a lot of the Gilmour parts, and he does the Roger Waters leads. Because Roger Waters is just the most amazing guitar.
Lead guitar player, yeah.
No, but Dustin does a fantastic job at a lot of the
gets a lot
Gilmour
of
leads, and we were
Two
switching
guitar,
up.
yeah, two guitar
Switching it up
stuff.
a lot more, but
Cool.
most generally I take a lot of the Gilmour leads and have for the last few years. So I'm able to set it up where I can go from the album "Wish You Were Here" into like Division Bell, then back into
Who's next?
oh
Exile on Main Street.
right,
Yep,
right,
yep.
yeah, exactly. So I'm everything. That's why I'm really in love with the Strymon for the versatility, for the delay on the timeline, and the Mobius for all the what do you call them? The modulation
effects, sure.
Modulation
Yeah.
effects. So
Um,
where do you want to go from there?
well, the Strymon stuff is amazing. Like, okay,
It's awesome.
I had an Icarus pedal and then I sold it. 'cause I'm a
You
dumbass.
shouldn't have, because it's a great
And I need it
transparent
back
boost.
again.
Yeah,
That's great.
I heard some recording that I love the sound of it and I want it back.
yeah,
Now, that looks different though.
yeah.
I used to have a yellowy look.
Yeah, I think they did like
changed
they
the
did a
colors,
copper one, they did like a rust orange one,
I
they
like a-
did yellow one.
Yeah, I saw the yellow. There was the yellow one.
Yeah.
That's what I had. I love it.
Mine's like this color kind of.
Yeah. There's a kind of a gold one.
So
So
they all have different traits or something.
Actually, I think
Nah, they just
they
changed
just
up.
changed the
Just
color.
different colors
Yeah.
that go with
Different
my
color,
board.
yeah.
Jesus.
And just so that you can argue, like collect them all,
Right.
And Philippe.
So they're
from
still
Carolina
making
is
those
awesome.
again.
I
I
don't
heard
think
they
he's
weren't.
making it.
I don't know if they.
Why would you go?
are-
Okay, this is what an awesome pedal. I'm gonna stop making it.
Take it up with Philippe, man.
So anyway,
he's a good guy.
But this is an incredible. It's a great transparent boost. What it'll do is work very well with any dirt or drive pedal and kind of give a little.
Love that.
That's my
pedal.
next question. So I have the silver one of that,
Mm-hmm.
and
Gold one's a
it
little
probably acts
crunchier.
more like that, I guess maybe, and then that's a little more crunchier because I used to have the one of those.
So this is the Archer
Icon.
icon, and this is the gold one. There's a silver one. They essentially do the same thing, but
I
this
like
one's
them
this one's a little darker.
It's a little
bassier,
darker. Yeah.
So what I use this for is early Gilmour drives, like overdrives, not where it's all fuzzy. I'll turn up the gain a little bit and get a little bit more.
That's such a good pedal.
Yeah, more of the kind of the. I don't know. There's a lot of different songs where he doesn't really do a lot of fuzz tones, but he'll just have an overdrive.
Looks great.
You doesn't look great. What are you getting?
Great
Are you
soundscapes.
cocky or something?
Just doing a little stretch.
Gotcha.
Go right ahead.
Next is the Muffalata by
Talk
Jade.
hard. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Should we plug in the guitar and go through them?
So the Muffalata is by
Sandwich.
J.H.
So good.
That sandwich looks awesome.
It really is. It makes me kind of hungry.
I wish it was
Here we go.
full color.
But it has a bunch of different fuzz tones, all the really classic circuitry.
Has all the muffs.
All the muffs. So if you know Gilmour, he had all
tattoo.
the fuzz, all the muffs. So that's a nice Swiss
All
Army
muff,
knife.
all
Just
time.
so I actually basically just keep it on the ram's head the entire time, and it really carries me through most. But my the Rat 2, is probably my favorite fuzz pedal or lead tone that I have with Pinky. It just, there's something about it, man.
Rat's sweet.
It is a really sweet. There's something about the harmonics that come out of it, and I just really, any era that I actually try to tackle, it sounds fantastic.
Let's hear some of this shit. You got your guitar?
I do have my guitar, but
When do you play?
so
Okay,
you can't make. Okay, so
Let's have you. I want to hear about the guitar, and I want to hear some of these.
There's
pedals.
a little preface. There's a little preface to this. I don't play a Strat.
That's
You
fine.
hate Strats.
I hate Strat. I don't hate
Hates
Strat.
them.
I don't hate
Ooh,
Strat.
That's a strong. Those are strong words.
No, I don't. What it is I've never found a Strat that I've played very well.
So it's you.
It
It's
is-
not the
it's
Strat.
me.
It's
It's
you.
me. It's
What about
Well-
bird food?
Yeah, bird food. No, that was different.
That's a Strat.
But like where I have a problem with my Strat is on the 15th fret
I
when
don't
you
know
do
what that means.
when you do
Who has that guitar now?
That's a name. A
Dean.
beloved name.
Dean got it. Has it back.
Dean
yeah.
took it
A
back.
beloved name for a guitar.
Yeah, it
Bird
was
food?
a Paul Rose guitar. Paul Rose, like trashy guitar.
It's like a Squire
With a
Strat.
Strat that he like rewired, and
cool.
he
Paul Rose is a guy who used to work here.
Yeah, he's pretty. He's a legend.
Legendary,
He's a
classy,
legend.
and a real classy dresser.
And so I'm not a big Strat player because on the 15th fret when I do on the high E when I do my bend, a one note bend, it chokes out.
Yeah.
Every single Strat
Don't
I've
say
played,
choke out near Joe.
it chokes out.
Just came out of a
Just-
relationship
just
with a
the way
girl and it
I've-
just brings back memories.
I've looked for something flatter radius. So working at Music Villa as long as I did, I found that I love to play PRS. So this
Okay.
is a custom 24.
That's beautiful.
Great
That
top on it.
actually I think Joe and Ross went out to Maryland and picked this guitar out.
Stevensville there.
Yeah,
Kent
they went,
Island.
yep. So this is going to be a Brazilian rosewood fretboard.
You were there for a wrestling
and
tournament, and you decided to go to the PRS.
and
Go
a
ahead.
Brazilian rosewood neck. Yeah.
Let me see. I think that one's Indian rosewood neck.
Is it Indian rosewood?
Oh,
It
maybe
is-
that one. Yeah.
This Brazilian.
Maybe that one's actually Brazilian.
That's
Yeah.
Brazilian.
They
Pretty
mostly
sure.
just did fretboards.
Yeah, pretty sure both are Brazilian
Sick.
and quilted maple top that is
Smells Brazilian.
is fantastic. I had a friend of mine, a coworker who worked here, bought the guitar, and
Who'll be
actually
nameless.
there is actually photographic evidence. Right when I just started working here, where Dustin was like, pick out your favorite guitar in the store and the amp that you would play it with. And I picked out this guitar. It just
remember that.
came in.
Spoke
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah, it spoke to me, man, and I played it and I loved it. And then it got sold to our friend Casey.
Oh, Casey had that one?
Yes.
Wow.
And then he wanted to buy, what was it, like a 57 Les Paul. He had the idea of buying
some really
Wow.
beautiful
this,
PRS
like,
guitars.
Yeah. So he traded this in, and I was like, yoink. mine. So
Nice.
and I've been playing it ever since, and it's kind of my go-to guitar. I know it's not a Strat. I'm not David Gilmour, so I really don't care. Another thing that
you don't have to. I mean, you're not wearing a wig and you don't looking like him.
Yeah, you don't have to. And
You're not some tall Brit with bad teeth.
The other thing is playing on some of the louder stages and some of the single coil pickups are noisy.
Noisy.
You know, and then Gilmour, he plays on the bridge pickup the entire time, so it's really noisy. And our lovely sound engineer Chuck Goodwin.
I bet he loves noise.
Just
noisy.
loved the
He's
sound
a very
of those picked up.
chill,
pickups.
Patient man.
Very chill.
Very soft-spoken
Yeah.
when he's doing sound, and he's kind of not happy with it.
Yep. So I found more better components with the humbuckers, and really in the moment nobody cares.
No.
I mean, nobody really cares. I mean, there's might be a couple gearheads sitting out there and be like, not playing a Strat.
They ain't doing it. No, people are going to the show and go.
No, I've gotten stopped by some old codgers and been like, not playing a Strat. I'm like, nope, not David Gilmour. So,
Yeah.
After all the years, it really doesn't matter. It's
You don't have to be
it's all about the music, man.
Yeah.
It really is all about the
Does it
music.
sound good?
Does
Yeah.
it sound good?
That's
And really, you put anything on a bridge pickup, get it through enough pedals, buffered.
It's going to be that same zone.
It's gonna be.
You're still getting the tone, and there's
ballpark.
a tone is part of the feel of the song,
Yeah, it is.
and you're getting that.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
Great. I think we made a lot of progress.
more you know.
Made a lot of progress about our Strat.
Yeah, and I'm not taking away. There are a couple Strats that Joe owns are pretty sweet, and they have that little flatter
Got great
radius.
Strats. Yeah.
You do have great Strats.
My Strat's bend at the 15.
Yeah. So there are some great
There's a
Strats
bad
out there.
bumper sticker
I'm
right
looking
there.
at it. I'm actually looking at that guitar.
These are sweet.
So I get my Strat and my
Giant
PRS. I get my PRS feel out of it too. So
Yeah. And these things are killer, and they're light for the old
They
man.
are nice.
Me being an old
Yes,
man,
they
that's
are.
perfect for my band.
They're sweet. They really are good.
These are really nice.
Yep.
We have them at Music Villa.
All the colors.
All the colors.
all the
Yeah.
colors.
Available in
Get you
stock.
one.
Get you some.
Real quick. What are your influences? When did you start playing guitar? What made you play guitar? Was it Pink Floyd when you were younger, or did you get into them later? Sorry, I have to cut you off again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to talk about this guy.
All right.
These can wait. No.
So no,
I'm sorry.
always been a musical kid. Played piano when I was a kid. I think I took drum lessons first, and then piano lessons, and nothing really stuck. And then going back to my high school science teacher, our freshman year at the end of the school year, he was teaching us about sound waves.
Huh?
And he did the slinky thing and taught us about that, but he also
Bunsen burners.
brought out his guitar.
Oh, cool.
And he played us a bunch of classic rock tones, and I'm like,
Sweet.
Who is this guy?
dude, this
Yeah.
is amazing. And he was
Cool.
teaching us about, he brought in a modulation pedal and told us, about phase and
That's
EQs
neat.
and stuff like that. And then
Nice way to show that.
I was hooked. And then being a sports guy in Iowa, I was a wrestler. Wrestling is big.
You're good. I was gonna say you got the build for a wrestler.
Yeah, it was big. That was
Short,
that
stocky,
was
ready to go.
Yeah,
They
that
wanted
was
me to
that was-
wrestle.
That was a big thing.
He's wearing the
in
onesie
Iowa.
right now.
I am.
He's still he puts it on every morning.
I got a lobotomy and some
That's
tights.
what I like
Yep.
about you.
Yep.
No.
Careful to get that cauliflower here.
So I had a small wrestling injury. My mom had a guitar, and I picked up my mom's guitar and I pulled it out of the case, and I literally hit the first string and went, and I was like, oh my god, that's the beginning of "Come As You Are" by
Yep.
Nirvana.
I was
And
gonna
I
say,
was
that sounds like Come As You Are.
huge Nirvana fan. So I spent the next week or two going. I mean, thank God the guitar was mostly in tune and it wasn't
It was really out. You might have turned you right off right away or something. Yeah.
And that was
Cool.
it. And then I got the bug. My mom wrote me out some chords on a notebook piece of paper.
This is how you play Joni Mitchell. She probably
Puff the Magic Dragon
Oh,
was the,
okay,
the
she was like a
huge
folky-
one. The
okay,
huge
yeah.
one back when I was a kid.
Usually moms with guitars were
Yeah, no,
folky.
she played some guitar when I was in utero, and so I think that's maybe where it comes
It kind of, things were happening.
from. Bringing back to Nirvana in utero.
Yes.
Anyway,
That was genius.
thank you. So that's where it kind of started, and we had CDs. Luckily at that time, so I was able to push pause on a CD and learn a part.
Oh, yeah.
And scroll back and learn a part. You know,
Cool.
and yeah,
You were,
it's still,
you were investigating right away.
So it was, you know, a lot of.
Yeah.
I'm still living with you, you know, that kind of stuff.
90s.
Yeah, 90s. I was a 90s kid, you know. Glycerine was huge. You know.
Oh, my God.
You know, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
You know, I mean,
Power chord
Oh,
generation.
yeah, power chords. I think I actually
But that's
learned
great.
power chords right as long as I was learning my cowboy chords, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that kind of music, you do that.
Yeah, you
and it
kinda
sounds
do.
like stuff you're listening to. It's exciting.
Yep. So that's
Accessible.
So that's where it started, and then I came out to Montana State College, 1997, right after high school, and I lived in the dorms, and I was 2,000 miles away from my parents, and experimented with some things. Got turned on to Fish and the Grateful Dead and
Yep,
Pink
that's
Floyd.
what happens in college.
I legitimately had the black light Pink Floyd dark dorm room experience.
Oh, yeah,
Li-
classic.
listening to it for the first time, literally. I mean, I had heard some of those songs, but like I'd never had the full on Pink Floyd experience in the dorm.
College
So
is
I
Like
when you
blowing
do that.
smoke out the window with a paper towel
Yep,
tube
yep,
thing,
yep. So there, yeah.
dryer
so
sheets.
What
in
about
it.
this Wizard of Oz?
Yeah,
The RA would come
Thing.
down.
That happened years later, but
Okay.
I got on to that. So that's where then I got into that. I remember at the beginning of time when the alarm clocks go off, like the first like 3 times that happened, it scared the shit out of me. You know, so
It's very abrupt.
It's very abrupt.
Yeah,
so.
in your face. A clock.
Yeah.
It's in your face.
And then I remember this was really kind of as the internet was budding. We always argued what the lady was saying in Great Gig in the Sky. You know, when she was like, not when the but like,
yeah.
when there's like the guy was like, if you're listening to this, you're dying. And I'm like, she's not saying that.
Yeah. It's weird.
All that classic rock.
There's a bunch of weird little
Mystery,
things in there.
like the Beatles.
So so that's where it all started. And then went down to Cactus Records, picked up Animals in the Final Cut. Liked Animals, not so much on the Final Cut.
Yeah, Final Cut. Yeah.
Yeah. It's growing on me.
There's like just one guitar solo on that album.
Yeah.
That's all right.
But
It's like
anyway,
two good
it's
songs.
yeah.
Makes the other
No,
ones
John's
even, makes the
band.
other ones even better.
There's other people who argue and say that's one of their most brilliant albums, but
There's a couple good songs in there.
Leave a comment, folks. Let's get a dialogue. What's your favorite top 3 Pink Floyd albums? Okay, so let's hear some of these spells. Sorry.
okay.
I didn't mean to.
No. We had to.
And the rest is history.
The rest is history. So now
Yeah.
I'm in some Dead and some Floyd, and still get to play my grunge and
Two,
heavy jam
yeah,
bands.
do a
Two
little bit of
iconic
everything.
psychedelic rock bands.
So the Mobius with a phaser setting, and if you guys are wondering how to get some of these Pink Floyd tones, there's a fantastic website called Gilmourish.com. Gilmourish.com. This guy Bjorn. Bjorn is his name.
Bjorn Gilmour.
Bjorn Gilmour.
Great steered.
He has an infinite wealth of knowledge for setups, bedroom setups, small setups. Again, that's Gilmourish.com. Thank you, Bjorn, for all of this, because I wouldn't have any of this if it wasn't for you. So
You unlock the tone you need.
yeah, and like setting your delay, because it's 370 was it milliseconds? Is that what it's measured in? So 370 is
Never
the
good with
typical Gilmour tone. And for all you at-home players, don't turn up your reverb. Gilmour never used reverb. There's no reverb pedal on here. There's no reverb turned on my amp. No reverb.
Fun fact.
Yes.
That's good to know.
Don't use reverb. It really muddies up your tone, especially if you're playing Pink Floyd.
see
Where
that.
he used his reverb in the studio was post effect with the entire band, or he used it in stadiums or wherever he was playing, halls, concert halls. That's where he got his reverb, from the natural of the room. Fun fact.
Makes sense to me.
So,
We gotta dim these lights.
We do.
Really gotta dim these lights.
it's just.
And I need a bong hit.
Yeah, is it just the beer and gear show? Is there something? Can you add another?
Yeah, you know,
Okay.
as we progress as a society, bong hits and
If we were in
Pillows.
Oregon or Washington right now, it'd be
it's
a
not
whole.
legal here.
It wouldn't be
Yeah.
a whole. Be a whole. If we were in
it'd be
Denver,
like bong hits and ferrets.
we'd try out different strains and like, be like that. That's what you'd do. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
I like Girl Scout cookies
Yeah.
or whatever the hell it's
And then
called.
3 hours later, we finally get to the pedal.
Let's wrap it up.
So that's that's
Sponsored
a nice,
by Doritos
nice
and Taco
phaser
Bell.
tone.
That's sweet. Do you have this set up for? Do you just have? Do you,
Dan,
do you scroll through presets on this?
3. I got it basically set up for albums. So that's Wish You Were Here. Wish You Were Here pretty much only had a phaser. I do have a rotary for. I'm trying to think. It really doesn't. You don't use the rotary.
Oh, a little bit on Dark Side. No.
Yeah, no.
What's that jam at the end of Dark Side?
No, it'd be more on the Second Shine, where I'd have the rotary.
What's that song at the end of Dark Side? It's basically a guitar
That's
solo.
called Any Color You Like.
Isn't that got a rotary on it?
Yep, but that's for the Dark Side settings. So then I got my wall, which is flanger. Pretty much they only used a flanger for the wall. And then let's see, the wall also had a rotary. The Dark Side rotary is the same for Any Color You Like. Oh, turn off the delay.
Yeah, totally. Cool.
It's pretty fun.
This is like the Pink Floyd pedal.
It is a Pink Floyd pedal.
Yeah, it is.
Actually, who is it that makes the cool Pink Floyd pedal? The kind of the
Oh,
all-in-one.
Keeley.
Keeley makes the one that
Dark Side.
I'm really interested in checking out. Then Division Bell Chorus, famous
Sure.
for the CE2, the Boss CE2.
Sure.
Really nice light chorus.
Play me some Crowded House.
They used a chorus pedal too.
I'm saying this is now the Crowded House pedal. Okay, go for it. Sorry.
Hey now.
Hey now, hey now.
So yeah, really, I mean,
Hey now.
if you can get really by just on a phaser, a flanger, chorus, and then going up. This I have another pedal that switches through these a lot. The vibe pedal, the.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, you gotta have that on Dark Side. Yeah. Yeah, lots of vibe on Dark Side.
Oh yeah, that sounds good.
Yep.
Yeah,
Nice.
I've always got it, but I haven't fine-tuned it just
That pedal's
right.
all over Dark Side, though.
Yeah, it
Come
is.
on.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. So, and that's pretty much the only.
You have to have it on that first chord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. Maybe we should hire you. You're in.
Yeah, I'll just.
You're in.
Can I sit while I do it?
You're gonna go back. You're gonna go back with.
Just a creepy little light, flashlight up on you.
All right. Let me know when you need me again. Yeah.
I'm the leprechaun.
Yeah, I'll drive. I'll drive the bus and I'll do that.
Yeah, you kind of do have the bus driver like vibe with the,
Yeah.
the cap and stuff. What is it? AC/DC's bus driver became the lead singer.
Ow!
Yeah.
No. What? Brian Johnson?
Yeah, wasn't he the bus driver for
No.
AC/DC?
As far
Was
as
he?
I know, well, I know
I
he
don't
was in
know.
a band
I don't
called
know.
Geordie or whatever, and then
I thought
Bon
he was-
Scott, I think, saw him and liked him, and
Okay,
and there was some connection
it's
there.
legend. It's lore. It's lore then.
it might be
It's
lore.
just lore.
I don't know if he was a fan. I know, but
Yeah, well, maybe that was it.
I have to look into that.
So
But that does sound great. The bus driver becoming the lead singer. I feel like that sounds familiar.
that would
I don't know if it's AC/DC.
that would be fun. That would be fun.
Bus drivers can.
Sounds. Get some
They can
sounds.
do it.
You want
Okay.
this one?
So
What do you
yeah.
want?
The clean over. This guy has been kind of temperamental on me, but nice little boost. I do have this Strymon compressor, the OB1, which is fantastic.
You use this boost?
Yeah, I do. Sometimes this guy's been acting up on me lately, and I haven't had a chance to send it back to Caroline. So in moments when it does act up, I just throw on this boost, and it seems to work just fine.
Thanks for falling asleep. Sorry.
It's hot down here.
It is.
Take a layer off. You guys want to? Mind if I take a few
We're
layers
gonna
off?
take a break, guys. No. Here's my leg falling asleep. I'm like,
You got another beer down there?
here, I'll
I
just
do.
do this.
Wow.
Nice.
So yeah. So this is the overdrive. I typically use it for something like.
Oh yeah. Totally. Nice. That's cool with a flanger.
Are you just a new boy?
It feels good.
Stranger in the town?
Ugh. I'm just a newborn.
You know what? Actually, he needs a dirty woman more than any. Well, I'm sorry, Jen. No, he needs a dirty woman.
Dirty woman. That's a good jam.
That is a great jam. You probably heard
I
that
do
one
like
before.
Pink Floyd.
You
What was
do.
I talking about?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That song
I
rocks.
don't
So
know.
that makes sense that that's a flanger.
Yeah, Flanger for the
Flansburg.
That's a Flansburg.
Yeah.
Okay, nicely done.
Cheers.
I don't have a beer.
Oh,
I don't have a beer. I've been asking
You know
for one
what?
for
I can. Okay.
10 minutes.
Let's split it
Yeah,
now.
thank you. Okay, we're
Do you
gonna
want?
split
Do you
it.
need another one?
I will eventually. I mean, it's
Dustin
Friday.
needs one too.
Did you pass that? I'm gonna just pour a little in mine, and then we can kind of, like, we can share it.
So yeah, that's for.
We now require a 12-pack. for every
Dustin,
guest.
you need more beer too.
All right.
So okay, so that's that.
Or do you want me to
Yeah.
pour more?
What
in
what
yours?
stuff do you use the fuzz on?
I don't know. This is gonna be dangerous.
You can take some of this one too, Blaze.
I'm gonna just fill up Luke's.
Luke has to go drive a school bus after this. That's it.
That is
That's all he
actually
has to
not
do.
Oh well, then at least 3 you
Um,
can have.
So I'm combining two bands.
Kids will
if you
never
don't
make it.
understand with my shirt.
Boys to Men.
Boys to Men,
and,
ABC, BBD.
Oh,
yeah.
that is something else there. There's
Boys to
something-
Men and Phil
Yeah.
Collins.
Yeah.
That one is?
Dark Side of the
You're
Dead.
tearing something new there.
Yeah, Dark Side of the.
I like that.
Steal your.
Some of this.
Cheers.
So
No,
you-
no, I just gave him some. I have
Well, I
some.
have a full beer here.
It's okay.
That's okay. You can have it.
We'll
We all
later.
kind of split it because I don't need a full beer.
All right.
Is that enough though?
Yeah,
give
you can
it
always give me more.
Has somebody done that band yet? The Dead and Pink Floyd.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I don't know if you're.
exists?
I don't know. I don't think you're.
One
in it.
set's
Oh,
The Dead, one
no,
set's
there's
Floyd.
one gig that I'm playing that at the filling station. I don't know if Kofor booked them yet, but it's Dead Floyd.
Really? That's a band.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's
Now-
kind of cool.
What do they do? Do
Weird.
they do every other song, or do
I
they
don't
do
know.
it by set?
There's another one out there called Pink Talking Fish, which is Pink Floyd.
Oh, come on now.
And there's the
Talking
Dead-
Heads
Dead
and
Fish Orchestra.
There's the Dead Fish
Yeah.
Orchestra.
Well, it's kind of fun to
kind
have
of a
some
mashup.
different bands.
It is.
Instead of one band each
It
night, but
is.
it's kind of weird too.
Because there's one time we were playing this gig in Billings. We love Billings. We were playing this place called the Rail Yard, and we were in the middle of dogs, and like we were doing the 17-minute dogs, and like tripping out, and all of a sudden this girl comes up to me. She's like, "Hey, can you guys play something more danceable, like Sweet Home Alabama or something like that?" And I'm just like,
get the memo.
No, we're not gonna do that. Same thing. A couple minutes later, this guy comes up to me, the bro with the the hat turned backwards or sideways. He's like, "Yo, can you
tell you.
guys do some like instrumental something? And I get up and spit some rhymes over it." And I'm like,
Nope.
"Nope,
Wrong party.
wrong party, bro." So yeah, they do, and even in the middle of Pinky and the Floyd shows, they do come up and ask for something more danceable. Even though Pink Floyd has a wonderful album, a collection of hits that's what is it called? Wonderful songs to great dance songs. What is it called? You know this.
The greatest hits thing.
It's the greatest hits compilation, and it's something like
Well, there's a bunch of danceable. Pink
Clever,
Floyd songs.
clever name for it.
yeah, and it's based on it.
The the audience wants to be involved.
They do. They do.
I was in an old timey string band, and just because we did all pre-war
They're jumping up there with
old
spoons.
blues, and they're like, play Rickin' Wagon Wheel. So then we used to just be like, well, we don't know the word. That was our out. We don't know the words, so we can't play.
No one knows the words.
And then now they're like, I pulled it up on my phone.
Yeah.
And then here's the words. I'm like, well, then if you want to sing them, we'll play it.
It's
Such
and then
an
of course
awful
they will
feeling
do
to
it.
have to play that song.
It's just
Happens to every musician.
And they all want
It's
to be
just
a
that
part of
magical
it. Be a
thing
hit
where
of the party.
they think if you know the song, you've heard the song, that you know the song. Like it's some magically innate thing
It's
that
awkward.
just happens. You're like, oh, you've heard the song before. Play it. Play it now, monkey.
You have to like go.
Well, it's a struggle because I want people to be happy.
Right?
And I'm being hired to be.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to help them.
I
but at
wanna
the
help
same
you.
time, now you're like, you know what? This is bullshit.
Yeah, it really is.
We'll just do our thing
It
and
really
enjoy
is.
it. You know?
It really is.
Go fucking listen to any Walkman. That I like.
Can I scroll through some of the muffs? What muff do you like the best?
So I used the Ram's Head.
Oh,
these
that's
are
the Gilmour.
all
That's,
the different
that's kind of
muffs.
Gilmour. Although he did use the Civil War in the 80s, and I think that's
Is that the
Star.
helicopter?
I think it's the Star. If you really, it takes a serious geek to really hear the complete differences.
The helicopter's louder. We're gonna call it a helicopter. It's a little. What is that picture of? I can't tell.
I don't know. I mean, They're really obviously changing the world every time.
The
we
star
score.
is the Russian one. It's
It's
the
the Russian
90s,
muff, yeah.
90s Russian. This
so-
is a green one. The triangle muff.
Yes.
God, they're so similar.
Yeah, they are very similar.
It's like different games.
Yeah,
One's
it's got
louder.
different gain structures. They do have maybe a certain brightness and a
Sure.
certain, but
Subtle differences.
Do you
what-
use the fuzz with other pedals, or usually it's just...
You know, I'll do it with a boost if
Yeah.
I'm not if I'm down in the mix, but you know.
So this is a clean blues compression.
Yep.
Okay, try that.
Let's turn off some chorus. Actually,
Nice. Cool.
you know. Yeah. So that's I use that a lot for.
Can I hear that too?
Oh
You
yeah,
mentioned
because
that that's your
this
favorite.
is my favorite. And let's
That's
do.
your favorite. I want to hear.
It is.
I wanna hear what that's all about.
I'm going this one. And that's smooth. So for those at home, mostly 370 milliseconds for your delay. About 5 to 6 repeats will get you a really close Gilmour tone. But if you want to go for a 90s Gilmour, he takes. That's when more delay pedals were introduced in digital delays. So he expanded them a little bit more. So he took it about 440 milliseconds. If you guys care.
You keeping score, kids?
Yeah. For all those keeping
Rather than
score.
ladies.
And as you can say, I
That
play-
sounded more like
Nice.
the 80s
Yeah.
Floyd, yeah.
Yeah, but
Cool.
but when I do we'll go back up to the 90s. When I hit this one, that'll work. Nope, that'll work.
Great guitar solos.
Great guitar solos.
Okay, here's the deal.
Very simple.
Here's the deal.
Okay.
This is thinking man's, educated man's rock and roll. Where now you're rekindling my interest in them.
Okay.
Because there's phrasing, there's tapestry of sounds.
Yeah.
Where I'm just a monkey listening to AC/DC, aren't I?
Yeah.
Didn't you
I just
have
wanna
this?
hear it
You
get
had this
pumped
at
up.
Dead Practice because you were doing that slow gear sound.
No. That was the
Oh, that synth pedal does
the
that?
synth pedal. The synth pedal has that.
From that weird company.
No, it's Electro Harmonics. Isn't that weird?
Oh, that was
That's-
the.
They're so
that
weird. I
does
never heard
that.
of them.
That's the what do you call it?
Oh, I thought you. What about what? I thought I was thinking about your Octave synth pedal.
Oh no, that was remember
You
that
got
guy?
rid of that.
No. Remember that guy who came by the store a couple years ago? It's Octave Synth. It's really really cool.
It's a weird company.
Yeah.
That thing is cool.
But anyway, I took that one. But then
Okay, you were doing that with the Super Ego.
That's it.
Oh, yeah, here we go. And you're also doing slide.
Yeah, I do lap steel.
You're doing the lap steel because they do that crazy ass.
So
So that's your Run Like Hell.
so no. This is
Kill
Take
You
It
or-
Back
Oh.
off the division belt.
Let's hear that, yeah.
Yeah, the
Oh, cool.
That's cool.
no. The cool thing also about the Strymon Timeline is they also have a double delay. Where
How
you,
about pros and cons of hitchhiking?
I don't know that one. So this is this one is a double delay, a dual delay where it's. So I have one at normal 370 and then one just a little bit behind it to go.
Oh, nice. Sweet. Yeah, I mean, what was he using back then to do
He had
that?
2.
Wow. you're like tying the thing.
Yeah. Rambo 3 really should have used that song. Knife with the belt.
Knife with the belt.
Oh, dude, you know what my...
I just saw The Expendables.
Actually, you know what my favorite movie back then when somebody did that was Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And he had to go, let's go shopping. And, they went in there, yeah.
Oh, that's that was with the chick from Who's the Boss?
Yes, Alyssa Milano.
She grew up real nice. But
I think
Commando's great. I had to let him go.
I think she was one of the first pinup locker girls that I had in 2nd or 3rd grade.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice. Mine, we really raged the
And that Miss Elizabeth.
Sports
you know
Illustrated.
Who Miss Elizabeth?
What's up?
You know who Miss Elizabeth is?
Oh yeah, Randy Rock Macho Man's woman. Oh, we had the hots for her. Yeah, she was awesome. That was a big crush.
Yep.
Kathy Ireland, Elle McPherson. Holy shit. Okay. I love that.
We better run.
Now you don't
run.
use this with your Grateful Dead.
I
good old
could.
Grateful Dead?
I could. I haven't done it.
What delay pedal do you have on that?
I think
board?
you guys
Trying to
should-
remember.
That's my DD6.
Yeah, that's right. Good.
The Boss DD6.
I think you
I
got.
love
So
it.
when you guys play the Dead band, I love the Dead, so I want to talk about this real quick. We got to wrap it up, but what? Let's end on a Dead note. What era do you guys fancy yourself doing, or do you have? You just
77.
mix it up.
How we started.
77. Listen,
I'm telling you, I love 77,
we could
and
just
then the
start-
early 90s, of course. But then, boy, that's 72. I'm starting to get really into 72 to 74, like the
like
good
that
old
shit.
the good old Grateful
good
Dead.
old Grateful
Jerry
Dead.
on a Strat.
And I'm into
Yeah.
piano now, so that was a
Yep.
great piano sound, and that was a Jerry on a Strat.
Yep.
They had their early stuff. They were fine tuning. They're getting some of the new stuff, Scarlet Begonias and Eyes of the World, and all these cool
Birdsong.
jammies and Birdsong. But then you also had the classic freaking stuff from Europe '72 and the Skull and Roses album. And,
No, I love
it's
that.
just such a to me. I'm like that's such a prime
72
golden
is
era.
awesome.
Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
you guys should check that out more. Goddamn.
We should.
You should do an
We
early
should.
version of Birdsong.
We should
Some
do
of
the
those
early
early
one.
ones are different.
They are.
They're
Yeah,
really
they're
cool.
different. They're way different.
No, but
So
we're
anyway.
really stuck on the. Feel like stranger.
Yeah. Actually, that song's
Feel
so
like
fun.
stranger. It actually really.
That
really
and the
fun.
Franklins
It really
on Dead Set to me,
Yeah,
I
it's-
love
it's
that.
awesome.
That was
That
what
was
I
good.
remember when I was really getting into them. That I got so into that album. That and Terrapin Station. Those were like my first albums I'm getting
Yeah,
on my own
man.
after watching the Dead,
Huh.
and they blew my mind. Should we? How about do some
guys.
Terrapin and then add some Floyd mesh? Let's do a mix of a
And we'll
mashup.
sign off.
All right, here we
Do
go.
a mashup of the Dead and Pink Floyd right now.
Tall order.
It is.
All right,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Thank you.
We're gonna go out on
We're
this.
gonna go on.
Thanks to our lovely guest Luke.
Thank you guys
Flansburg,
very, very much for having me. Appreciate you.
Dustin behind the camera.
Yep.
That's
Shout out.
That's
Brody.
Brody. I'm
Hatch.
Hatch.
Yep.
Keep
Scary.
it real. Hang 10.
Hang 10. Shout out to Dan who called earlier. Thanks,
Yeah.
Dan.
Yeah, thanks,
Dan,
Scotty.
Yep.
take care, man.
Yep.
We'll
All right.
see you on the flip side. We are
See you on the dark side of the moon.
it's the end of the dark.
Whiskey and weapons.
over at Terrapin Station on the dark side of the moon.
Oh,
Oh,
that's where we
are
ended.
right
Thank
on,
you.
bro. We are what the hell are we doing? Beer and Gear, Music Villa. Enjoy your wonderful spring, people.